Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to make this video for any new moms or first-time moms that need help packing their hospital bag. I asked on my Instagram what other moms thought was absolutely necessary for going to the hospital, and I got so many responses. And I know every labor and delivery is different, but there was a lot of things that I really loved having, and there's a lot of things that I did not even use at all that I didn't even need to pack. Ultimately, you're going to pack what you're going to pack, and you'll find out for yourself what you need and don't need. But just while everything's fresh in my mind, and honestly, I have not unpacked my hospital bags. My baby is now 2 weeks old. I'm just going to kind of unpack my bag. I grabbed some other stuff from around my house that I've been loving. And I'm just going to kind of talk about what I brought, what I needed, and what I really didn't need. Okay, I'm going to start with this bag. This is the bag that the hospital gave me with all of my postpartum care for down there. The hospital didn't give me these, but I really do like these diapers. They're just women's diapers, and I'm actually wearing them today under my leggings, so they're pretty, you can't really see them. They're definitely better to wear underneath like normal clothes if you're going out, instead of like the little briefs that they give you, or even like the Freedom Mom briefs. These are more like underwear and you can't really see them. I highly recommend these for everybody, just for the bleeding and just to keep everything in and feel more comfortable. A lot better than like the pads, or having to change a pad, or having to fit a pad in your underwear or in your pants or whatever it is. So love the diapers. So I got like the whole Freedom Mom kit of like the cooling pads, the foam, the ice packs, the briefs. It was like the whole kit. Honestly, I didn't use this stuff as much because the hospital gives you everything you need. It's really nice of people to get us that stuff, but personally I just didn't need it past the first like couple days. So I have a ton of ice packs, a ton of briefs. Like there's still some of this left in here. There's still a lot left in here. I do use this every now and then, but the hospital just gives you everything. So they gave me these ice packs, which I still have extra. I have these really big pads that I was using the first couple days in the hospital, which I have graduated out of these. The hospital gave me these witch hazel pads, which were really helpful. The hospital also gave me the Dermaplast spray, which is like a numbing spray. Definitely super helpful. I do use this still every now and then. And they also gave me a bottle to clean myself with after I go to the bathroom. Again, the Freedom Mom kit did come with an upside down Perry bottle, which is helpful, but honestly I just never opened it because I was using this in the hospital and this was totally fine to use. They also gave me a ton of these disposable briefs. I did start using the Freedom Mom briefs when I got home more, but not really in the hospital. So yeah, the hospital gave me a ton of stuff that I took home, and even if I ran out of stuff, I would ask them to just refill my bag, and they were like, okay, that's fine. And they just gave me a ton of stuff. So you can totally ask for extra stuff before you go home so you feel pretty stocked up, but they gave me a ton of stuff and I was really just using that. Okay, this is my hospital bag that I packed for myself. Pretty sure most of the stuff is still in it, but nursing bras, you don't need these in the hospital. I was just in my gown. I wasn't really like nursing. I was just trying to hand express colostrum, so there's really no point in putting a bra on if you don't want to. I didn't even use these till I got home and until my milk came in to where I could put like the pads on the inside and I wasn't leaking everywhere. A robe. This has been super helpful when I got home, but again, I didn't wear this in the hospital. I gave birth in June, so it's not like cold outside. It really wasn't cold in the hospital. I had blankets. I had my nightgown on, so it was like fine. I didn't really need this, but I do wear this a lot at home. I use these a ton. My milk leaks everywhere. This morning I woke up covered in milk, covered in sweat, and I was like, I need to take a shower immediately. So my husband took the baby for a little bit and I showered. But anyways, these are really helpful to put inside your bra I learned the hard way. I wasn't doing that. I didn't know that while I was nursing one side, the other side was going to leak a ton. So these are really helpful to have, and I change them out every so often, and I make sure my nipples are always dry, and I don't let these sit for a long time if they're like soaked or if they're wet in there. And then speaking of nursing, this has been really amazing. It's the Haakaa, it's a milk collector. So when I'm nursing on one side, I'll put it on the other side and just collect whatever's dripping out. It has saved like multiple ounces of milk that would have just leaked out into my bra or leaked out on me if I wasn't collecting it. So this is really helpful. I did bring it to the hospital. I packed it in my bag, but I didn't need it because, again, my milk didn't come in until a couple days later, which is pretty common anyways. I was just hand expressing colostrum to give her as much as I could, but I wasn't actually like leaking milk yet. So this has been super helpful being at home and saving a lot of milk. Whatever I collect in here, I normally just freeze, so then we have quite a few ounces in the freezer just in case. Slippers, I loved having comfortable, easy slip-on shoes in the hospital. These and my fuzzy socks were definitely helpful. I had these and I had some fuzzy socks. Definitely would recommend just bringing your own like comfort items. These socks, I had a nightgown that was a button down. I just got it on Amazon. And then just your personal toiletries. This was definitely the most amazing feeling the next day after I gave birth. I was up and awake and I was able to wash my face and brush my teeth, put some deodorant on. I did bring a little shampoo and conditioner if I wanted to shower. They said I could shower, but I just didn't really need to or feel like I needed to. I had her at like 4:30 in the morning, and then we stayed another 24 hours, so I didn't really feel like I was up for showering, but you can shower if you want to, I guess. But I brought like little hair ties. I had my hair in 2 braids the whole time I was laboring and when I delivered and stuff. So just having extra hair ties, shampoo, conditioner. Definitely would recommend bringing a toothbrush and toothpaste because I was there for a full like 48 hours that I didn't brush my teeth. So it was really great to actually brush my teeth. I brought my skincare. I also brought a little bit of makeup, like my eyebrow gel and some tinted sunscreen, just to kind of feel put together when we were going home and taking pictures and stuff. So definitely would recommend that. Obviously, if you want to bring like full-on makeup, do that. If you want to just bring a little bit or bring none, that's up to you. But I felt just really good about myself, really put together. I took my hair out of my braids, so my hair was like wavy. I felt good. I looked decent, so it was nice for the pictures and stuff. So highly would recommend bringing your own toiletries. Of course, I got this on Amazon. It's just a cute little sign that we filled out after she was born. The next day before we went home, we took some pictures with it. I also got this from my baby shower from somebody. It has her name on it. It's like a custom swaddle blanket. It's so soft and so cute. We took pictures with this too, with the sign and everything. My Polaroid camera. I am so glad that I brought this. My husband did an amazing job at taking the cutest candid photos. I have a whole bunch of photos that he took, and I will literally cherish these for the rest of my life. They're just so cute and candid and just a great memory to have. Obviously we have our phones and stuff, but I love myself a good Polaroid picture, so I definitely recommend getting, if you have a Polaroid camera, obviously probably don't like go out and buy one if you really don't need one, but if you have one and you can bring it, I love the pictures that he got. If your husband's like that, I guess. Okay, I also brought her ultrasound pictures, a picture of me and my husband, just to have things to focus on. I think they call it like having a focal point or something like that. Through the contractions, I would just look at her little face. I would look at our picture together and just, just feel like, okay, this is for a higher purpose. All the pressure or pain that I'm experiencing is to bring my sweet little baby into the world. So I just thought having these would be kind of helpful. I feel like they were, just to have next to the bedside or next to the bath, wherever I was. My husband would like bring them over to me, so having something like this was really special for me and just kind of helpful. I got these milk collectors or colostrum collectors on Amazon. They're just little silicone collectors, I guess. They have a lid on them. They have a little, almost kind of like a nipple where you can feed the baby if you need to, but these were helpful. But the most thing that was helpful were these little syringes. How many is in here? I got this whole kit, or I got this whole box on Amazon. I think it has 50, yeah, 51 milliliter syringes, just on Amazon. They were super helpful. They don't have like a needle or anything. They just have like a cap on the end. But to hand express colostrum into like a cup, the hospital gave me like a little cup. And then syringe it up and then you can feed it to your baby. So these were super helpful to just have on hand. But the lactation people did come in and they gave me also another syringe, a cup, a spoon, because you can hand express into a little spoon or whatever it is, and then just some like helpful instructions and stuff for. So again, you don't need to go out and like buy extra syringes or collectors, but I just had the syringes and the colostrum collectors because I was getting colostrum out before I went into labor. So I have some syringes that I had in the freezer, but they have everything that you need at the hospital too. So if you aren't currently collecting before you're going into labor, then you probably don't need them because the hospital will give you stuff. This, I kind of already talked about this, but this is honestly my first time even seeing this or looking at it. This is the upside down Perry bottle that comes in the Freedom Mom kit. You fill it with water and it is helpful because it has, you can really get in there to clean yourself, but this is the Freedom Mom one if you wanted to get that kit. But like I said, the hospital gave me a bottle to use and I feel like it's been fine. I didn't tear very bad personally, so a lot of the stuff that has been like to heal down there, I haven't really used because I didn't really need, which I feel very grateful for and very lucky that I haven't needed anything crazy. But I guess if you do tear, I can kind of wipe. I kind of just like pat myself, but if you tore bad and you really can't like wipe at all or anything, this definitely would be helpful. But again, the hospital gives you one, so it's just kind of up to you, whatever you want to do. Another disposable camera. If you didn't want to get the Polaroid camera, this was really cute too to have. We took quite a few pictures on this. I'm going to go get it developed soon, so I'm really excited to see what we got on here. Phone chargers, camera chargers. I did bring a couple tripods. I brought this and I brought my other smaller tripod, but these were super helpful. I did set up my camera. I got my whole birth on video. I did post a YouTube video on that too, so go check that out if you want to see my whole birth story. But having a tripod was really helpful. My husband was holding the camera a lot, like doing videos or like whatever, but when it came to like pushing and everything, obviously he wasn't going to hold the camera. He didn't want to hold the camera, so he set it on the tripod and it was just behind me, so you can still we still got some pretty good videos of the birth and stuff. So a tripod is really nice. Make sure to bring all your chargers. I was really glad that I brought my 10-foot iPhone charger because the plugins aren't super close to the bed, but without having to like get up or whatever, and it was charging. And yeah, so definitely would recommend getting a long phone charger. That's another thing a bunch of people said to bring, and I was like, that's interesting that everyone is saying like bring a long phone charger, not just a regular phone charger, but trust me, bring the long one. I brought my speaker. I was listening to my birth playlist the whole entire time. It was only like a 5-hour playlist, so I was in labor for over 40 hours, so playing the same exact songs over and over, it was fine. I enjoyed all the songs, that's why I put them on my playlist. But definitely would recommend bringing a speaker so you can listen to your own music, whatever is relaxing for you, whatever makes you comfortable. But definitely would recommend bringing a speaker. So I brought a few different oils. Honestly, I didn't use this birth and baby oil. Well, that's not true. I did use it a couple times. I was rubbing it on my back. My back was a little bit sore, so I did just put it on my back, but you can use it really anywhere, and you can use it on the baby too. I really liked this Laborless Delivery. I was smelling this a lot during my contractions, and then same with the lavender. It was just really soothing, really calming. So those are the oils that I brought. I also have these labor combs. These were helpful when the contractions were getting stronger and stronger. There's some science of putting them in your hand and squeezing them during the contractions. Your brain kind of focuses on this pain rather than that pain. So I feel like they were helpful. They were kind of just like my emotional support combs. Even when I did get the epidural and I didn't feel anything, I was still holding on to them and squeezing them. And my husband was like, do you need that comb still? And I was like, honestly, it's been with me this whole time. I'm just gonna keep hanging on to it because I really just, it was just a comfort thing at that point, and it was just like a mental thing. I don't know, but these were really helpful. I'd recommend definitely trying them. There's no hurt in trying what you can to mitigate the pain or the pressure, so these were super helpful. I did pack some nipple shields. I didn't really use these, and I'm really glad that I didn't rely on these, because I feel like I wouldn't have, like, she wouldn't have such a strong latch, or I wouldn't have had like a successful breastfeeding experience if I did rely on these. I know a lot of people love these, but the lactation consultant that I had at the hospital, she just didn't really recommend them, and I was like, okay, I trust you, I won't rely on them all the time. It did help for the first night to get her to latch and like get her some food, but then after that I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to not use them. And they also have these at the hospital, so if you don't have to buy them, don't go buy them, because they have these at the hospital. So and these weren't even the right size for me. The ones that I bought, she got me a different size, and that one actually worked better. So if you don't have to buy these, don't buy them ahead of time, because you really don't need them. But again, they can give you some at the hospital, so save your money and don't buy these. My little bag is almost empty now, but this was my bag of snacks. I brought like granola bars, these really good brownie things. I brought a ton of Liquid IV that I was sipping on. These ones are the sugar-free ones, but the whole time I was laboring, I was sipping on the regular ones because I wanted like the sugar, I wanted the energy. So I would highly recommend bringing electrolytes and some snacks that you can eat. I did get a ton of food at the hospital. They have like room service that you can order, and I was getting food all the time, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then they had like a fridge full of sandwiches, jello, juices, sodas, like a ton of stuff that you can just go and grab, which was super nice. But if you wanted anything specific, definitely just bring a couple of your favorite little snacks, because it is super helpful to have. And then even after like 2, 3 in the morning when you're awake with the baby, it's nice to just have a snack that you really like and just eat it whenever you want to. I'm definitely going to eat this brownie right now. They gave me the tape measure of what they measured her with. Her head was like 13.5 inches. Is that an inch? 13.5 inches around, and then she was 20.5 inches long. That's crazy. That's long. But yeah, they gave me this to take home, which I thought was super cute. They also give you one of these things, the ones that they like used on her right when she came out. So I do have a kit of like grooming tools for her that has one of these in it. So if you don't need it, you don't need to like specifically buy one of these, they'll give you one. They also gave me a whole pack of diapers and a whole pack of wipes, which is super helpful. Went through that pretty quick. I'm trying to think if that's it. Oh, I did buy these like compression shorts, I guess. Didn't need it. I even brought it home, or I even tried it on when I got home, and I really still don't use it or don't need it. Maybe I will if I want to wear it with like a different outfit, but I think I got the wrong one, honestly. This is like for pregnancy. Like, she has a pregnant belly in the photo and I don't have a belly anymore, so I feel like it's not very like compression or supportive on my belly like how I want it to be. But I don't know, it was fine to get, I guess. Maybe I'll try to use it later, but I have no idea where it is. Okay, I also bought a little fan that normally would go like on her car seat. It's like one of those portable fans. The legs are like, can wrap around the car seat to fan her face if she gets hot. I brought that to the hospital. A lot of people said that was helpful for when they were pushing, but I didn't need it. I didn't really use it. I didn't use it at all. But I could see how it can be helpful if you're getting hot and sweaty. But again, I didn't have them turn up. I was a little bit cold when I first got to the hospital, but I was like, I don't want you to turn the heat up because I know I'm gonna get like hot and sweaty later, so just don't even worry about turning the heat on or anything in my room. So it was like a comfortable temperature and it was totally fine. I pushed for like an hour and 20 minutes, so it wasn't like super bad, but I wasn't getting like hot and sweaty to where I needed like a fan or like a cold washcloth. But I can definitely see how some women need that because it's exhausting to push. So a little fan if you want to bring it. I have put it on her car seat and used it for like walks outside, so it's helpful to have. But I would say to bring it to the hospital if you can get one. You just get one on Amazon. Oh, and then pajamas. I did bring a pajama set with me to the hospital. I had 2 different sets, one with pants and one with shorts. Highly would recommend bringing like a comfy, cozy outfit to go home in, and not just like put your clothes on from the day before, because I was wearing like leggings and a t-shirt when I first went to the hospital. And then I also had my gown. It's like a nightgown that I was actually like laboring in. So having that was really helpful, and a pajama set to actually go home was really helpful and super nice. Like I felt good. I put my bra on, which I guess I did say you don't need a bra, but I did wear it on the way home. I put it on under my pajama set. So if you have a bra, maybe bring it, or if you have just like a bralette or something, you probably don't need a nursing bra like in the hospital, but I would highly recommend getting like some kind of comfy outfit or comfy pajamas, pajama set or whatever, just to be comfortable in your own clothes. I was bleeding a lot when I stayed the first night after birth and like the next day and stuff, so I didn't sleep in my pajamas because I didn't want to get blood on them. Obviously they have hospital gowns that you can wear, or my nightgown was black so it didn't like get ruined or anything, but just to go home I did, put a fresh diaper on and then went home in my comfy pajamas. But yeah, I would highly recommend bringing pajamas. Okay, and then real quick, I packed a whole entire bag for my baby. You don't need any of it. You need nothing for your child. Maybe I definitely would recommend bringing like a going home outfit. We didn't put her in clothes for that first 24 hours until we went home. I put her in a little outfit to take a picture, and then honestly we took her out of it, put her in a different onesie, and then took her home. But I brought like socks and mittens and diapers, and I brought a sound machine. I brought I will talk about this in a sec. I brought a lot of stuff that was not used and I did not need at all. I brought a whole grooming kit to like trim her nails. Like, no, you don't need any of that. The hospital has everything you need for the baby. Okay, sorry. I had to feed her real quick and I changed. So, okay, I don't remember where I was, but basically they have everything for you for the baby at the hospital. I don't think I even opened her bag except for to get this. This was one of the best advice that somebody gave me on Instagram. Was as soon as they come out, well, not as soon as they come out, but like once you get settled or whatever, and once they kind of, after all this stuff is settled down, when they put the first diaper on them, it is so helpful to put this on their little booties because their first poop is going to be disgusting. And well, pretty much their first like 5 or 6 poops, maybe more than that. I don't know. We use this a ton. I really like this. But that first poop with all the black meconium is so sticky, and a lot of their poops for the first like couple days are going to be really sticky. This helps so much for it to not stick to their skin. Somebody on Instagram messaged me and told me to do that, and I was like, kind of random but like very specific, but okay, I'll try it. It helped a ton. I don't know what it would have been like if we didn't have it, but it was like you'd wipe it and it would even like stretch and like stick to the wipe, and it was just like the weirdest texture, the weirdest consistency. So if you can remember to bring a big bottle of Aquaphor, I use this for my lips, I use it for cuts, scrapes, I've used it kind of like in her creases. I've also used Desitin. I do like the Desitin to kind of dry everything out, but this has been really helpful too, especially for her little booty when the poops are really sticky. I think I covered everything, but I think the biggest takeaway here is the hospital does provide you with a lot of stuff. You can be extra over prepared, and that's totally fine. I didn't bring too much stuff. I didn't pack like a suitcase like I've seen other people pack, which is kind of crazy. I am excited for my next time around. For my next baby, I will be a little bit more minimalist when I go to the hospital, because they do give you everything that you need. But yeah, so I'll try to put together a little list and put it at the end of this video so you can screenshot it. I don't know if that will be helpful or not, but for things that I actually used and loved. A lot of this stuff I have used and I love it for the first couple weeks of postpartum. Right now, as I'm filming this, she's 2 weeks old, so I've had a little bit of time to gather my thoughts on everything and whether I would use it again or not. So yeah. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and if you're a first-time mom, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. I literally can't imagine my life without her now. Like, I can't even think of like when I didn't have her. It's just like the craziest shift, the craziest, like some days I still can't even believe that I gave birth and like she came out of me, which is like the craziest thing ever. But anyways, it's the best time. It is hard. The last couple weeks have been hard, but my husband has been so helpful and so amazing. It's just made a world of difference. I don't even know what I would do without a supportive, helpful partner, honestly. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, subscribe, like it, comment something that really helped you, or maybe something that didn't help you, or your thoughts. I'd love any feedback on these videos. I'm gonna start posting more on just mom life, motherhood life. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel to see more of that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.